Hello, this is Living Universe, it's Xander, welcome back to WWE 2K Universe Mode. We're here for another episode of NXT. I have to talk really fast in the NXT interest if you're aware. Tonight we have a lot going on. We are kicking the show off with the former NXT Tag Team Champions in action, and we have two big matches that will determine the fate of some matches at Halloween Havoc. Let's get the show underway. So that's right, we are kicking the show off with some tag team action. As here comes the team of Legado del Fantasma. Joaquin Wilde and Raul Mendoza, accompanied to the ring by Santos Escobar. Santos Escobar, who just a couple weeks ago, don't forget, had a monumental victory over Rey Mysterio in singles action. And he did it all on his own. He did not cheat his way to the win either. It was clean as a whistle in the center of the ring. He beat Rey Mysterio. Here come the former NXT Tag Team Champions, the men who only lost the championships last week. It already makes me sad to see them without them, though. Everyone knew I was rooting for them from the beginning. I liked Hendry and Joseph Connors before it was cool. Just saying. Here comes Hendry. Now here comes Joseph Connors. Hendry and Joseph Connors making their way to the ring. So here we go. Hendry is going to be starting it off with Joaquin Wilde, it appears. Oh, went for a clothesline. Wilde ducked him. Wilde. Hurricane Rana. I believe this is the first time we're seeing Mendoza and Wilde in the ring together as competitors. I cannot remember, honestly. I believe it's the first time we're seeing them in action. That we're actually getting to watch a match, at the very least. As now Hendry, arm drag to Joaquin Wilde. There's a knee strike from Hendry. And Hendry, whoa! Oh, step up enziguri from Joaquin Wilde. And now Wilde grabs Hendry, drags him away from the ropes, towards his own corner. And Wilde. Tag made, here comes Raul Mendoza. And now Hendry elbows Mendoza. Hendry with the Olympic slam. Hendry looks up to Kurt Angle a lot. And now Hendry went for a right. Mendoza kick to the ribs. And now Raul Mendoza gets caught. Sends Hendry out the ropes. Look at the size of Hendry compared to these guys. You don't really realize how big of a guy Hendry is until he's standing next to these guys. Hendry, I believe he's like 6'5", actually. He's a pretty big dude. Weighs right at what Brock Lesnar weighed in his UFC debut. Hendry's not a small guy by any means. Oh, and he shoves down Raul Mendoza. Forgot who was the legal man at the moment. And now Joseph Connors is into the mix. Connors slams Mendoza into the mat. And now Joseph Connors going after Raul Mendoza. There's a kick. And Joseph Connors fires away on Raul Mendoza. Knocks him back. Connors pops him up. Back body drop. Joseph Connors trying to shut him down, but here comes Joaquin Wilde back into the ring. Oh, and he gets drop kicked. But Connors went for a clothesline. Connors, no! Drops Joaquin Wilde. And now Joseph Connors grabs him, and Connors throws him in the corner. Connors, tag to Hendry. And now Joseph Connors and Hendry. What are they thinking here? Well, hang on. Knee and kick to the head. And now Hendry pulls him in for a Northern Light. Some great double team work there from the former champions. One, no. Oh, kick to the head from Wilde. And now Joaquin Wilde with Hendry seated position. Jumping neck breaker connects. And Joaquin Wilde. No, Hendry shoves him down. Some fire from the local hero now. And now Joe Hendry went for a kick. Wild caught him, throws him in the corner. Joaquin Wilde went for a dropkick. Hendry swats him away. And now Joe Hendry gets grabbed, thrown in the corner again. Wilde went for it again. Hendry swatted him away. And now Hendry bursts out of the corner. Hendry now kicks Joaquin Wilde down. Joe Hendry picks him up to his feet. Hendry grabs the leg into Hendry lock. The Hendry lock is in. Hendry, no, Wilde gonna roll through. Now Hendry turns his attention to Raul Mendoza. And Hendry drops Raul Mendoza. Joaquin Wilde, DDT to Hendry off the distraction. One, no, Hendry kicks out. Hendry pulling himself into the ropes now. And now Joaquin Wilde, what's he thinking here? Dumps Hendry out of the ring. Legado del Fantasma putting up a good fight tonight as Wilde goes up to the top and Joaquin Wilde, no! Splats into the mat. Hendry throws him back into the ring. Down goes Mendoza. And now Hendry. Kicked in the ribs by Joaquin Wilde. And now Wilde went for a kick. Hendry spins him around. Hendry with a kick to the ribs. Hendry now. DDT of his own. And now Joe Hendry picks up Joaquin Wilde. And Hendry, right hand to the head. And another. And now Wilde with a back body drop to Hendry. And now Joaquin Wilde turns Joe Hendry over, and Joaquin Wilde grabs the leg of Hendry, ties it up. Wilde takes out the leg of Joe Hendry. Wilde now picking him up again, and Joaquin Wilde grabs Hendry, but Hendry shoves him back, and now Joe Hendry getting fired up, but he gets kicked in the ribs. Now what is Wilde thinking here? He's running Hendry towards the ropes. Off the ropes. Arm drag sends Hendry across the ring. Picks him up to his feet now, and Joaquin Wilde. Kick to the ribs of Hendry. And Wilde. Huge power bomb. Cover on Hendry. 1, 2, no. Hendry just kicked out. And now Joaquin Wilde turns Joe Hendry over, and Joaquin Wilde going up to the top rope. Joseph Connors takes a cheap shot. Oh, but Joaquin Wilde fell on top of Hendry for a moment. The referee could have counted it. Kind of surprised he didn't. Hendry with a right hand. And now Hendry. There it is. Freak of nature. Fall away slam. Cover on Wilde. 1, 2, no! And now Joaquin Wilde. Enziguri to Joe Hendry. And now he grabs Hendry. Just taunting him there by holding him towards Connors and then making him get forced into the mat again. And now Joe Hendry in trouble. Wilde shoved back by Hendry. Here comes Connors. Joseph Connors with an elbow strike. And now Connors takes out Mendoza. Connors decked with a right from Wilde. And Joaquin Wilde. Hurricane Rana to Joseph Connors. Okay, no, tries to kick him. Connors back to his feet. Connors sent off the ropes. Joaquin Wilde grabs Joseph Connors, who punches him in the face. And Connors decks him. Takes him off his feet. Right hand connects. Connors. Whoa, went for a German and Wilde flipped out of it. Now Wilde went for a chop. Wilde grabs Connors again. Throws him in the corner. Joaquin Wilde with a drop kick. Takes down Joseph Connors. And now Joaquin Wilde picks Connors up to his feet. Chops him. Smacks him. Joaquin Wilde knocks Connors off his feet. Off the ropes. Running knee strike. Cover on Connors. 1. No! Joseph Connors kicks out. And now what's Joaquin Wilde thinking? He tags Raul Mendoza in. And now Joaquin Wilde getting a rest while Mendoza's getting ready to take on Connors. He's calling Connors up to his feet. What's he thinking? Tries to scoop him up, but Connors slipped out of it. I think he was looking for an attitude adjustment, weirdly. Connors, though, turns his attention to Joaquin Wilde, says he's not done with him. Seeing a more vicious side of Joseph Connors suddenly. And now Connors pulls Raul Mendoza in. Straight jacket DDT. Cover. 1, 2. Connors gets him. Joseph Connors gets him. Huge win for Joseph Connors and Joe Hendry. Connors, that DDT spiked the head of Raul Mendoza into the mat. A huge win for the former NXT Tag Team Champions. A little bit of redemption for them after they lost the championships last week. We still have more to go tonight. We have a lot going on tonight on NXT. So our next match will be a qualifying match for the Halloween Havoc Fatal 4-Way. But, let's see what else is going on with the show. So that'll be fine. So, of course, Joe Hendry and Joseph Connors get the big win in our opening contest. Naomi knocks off Vanessa Bourne in some singles action, as does the Cruiserweight Champion Ricochet over Arya Daivari. Up next, it's a number 1 contenders qualifying match to the Fatal 4-Way at Halloween Havoc. Damian Priest, of course, qualified last week. This week, Bronson Reed, the Colossal, takes on Chad Gable. And in the main event, it's a number 1 contenders match to the NXT Women's Championship for the upcoming Halloween Havoc special, as Io Shirai will take on Dakota Kai. So here we go. Here comes Chad Gable to the ring. Former Olympic athlete in his own right, Chad Gable, making his way to the ring. We don't see Gable in these kind of matchups too terribly often. But we are seeing him tonight. This is going to be very interesting. Chad Gable makes his way to the ring. Here comes his opponent. The Colossal, Bronson Reed. We've been seeing a lot of Bronson Reed lately here in NXT, especially this season. The thick boy, as some has started calling him. I'm very interested to see what Bronson Reed is capable of tonight. So here we go with Gable and Reed, one-on-one. Bronson Reed immediately going after Gable. Knocks him off his feet. Bronson Reed with a kick to Gable. Gable fighting back, though. Reed with a kick to the ribs. And now Bronson Reed went for a right. Gable counters. Gable knocks him off his feet. And now Chad Gable takes out the leg. Gable now is coming at him. Right hand knocks him back. Went for another. There's a counter. For a clothesline, Gable counter. Gable rolls Bronson Reed through into a cover. Gable, 1. No. Bronson Reed with the kick out. Right hand again from Gable. Reed with a kick to the ribs. Bronson Reed grabs Gable now. Pops him up. And drills him into the mat. And now Bronson, oh God, already calling him up. Bronson grabs Gable. Gable Slips out of it. And now Gable, what's he thinking here? Gable's going up top. Chad Gable looking to fly. Went for an elbow, nobody home. And now Bronson Reed with a right hand. Gable with a forearm. Gable, arm drag to Bronson. And now Gable turns him over. Grabs the leg. Ankle lock from Chad Gable. Ladies and gentlemen, do not forget, Chad Gable took Brock Lesnar to his limits at our first ever pay-per-view in Universe mode. There's a right hand from Bronson. He grabs Gable. He throws him in the corner. Bronson Reed. Oh! A spear into the corner. And a slam to Gable. And now Reed picks him up and Bronson Reed. No, Gable shoves him back. Gable. Rolling kick. And now Gable to the top. Went for an elbow. Bronson grabs him again and Bronson Reed. Drop kick to Gable. You don't expect that out of someone Bronson Reed's size. And now Bronson Reed pulling back the neck of Chad Gable. Trying to choke out Gable. But Gable back to his feet. Forearm strike from Chad Gable. And now Gable grabs Bronson. Throws him in the corner. Gable. Oh, here we go. Here comes the Chaos Theory. German suplex. 1, 2, no. Bronson Reed kicked out. Gable picks him up and Gable with a chop. Forearm strike. Gable. Knee into the back of Bronson. We're seeing a whole lot of fire out of Chad Gable. A fire I would argue we haven't seen since that matchup with Brock Lesnar. There's a chop from Bronson Reed and a clothesline. Gable rolls onto the bottom ropes. He's out. He's up to his feet now. For a right counter from Gable. Gable. Top rope now. Gable. Crossbody. Cover on Reed. 1. No. Bronson kicks out. Went for a neckbreaker. Gable. Not able to put him down. Bronson. He just kind of flopped down. And Gable catches him into an ankle lock. Gable with an ankle lock. Putting as much pressure on that ankle as he can. Trying to snap the ankle of Bronson Reed, who shoves him down. And now Bronson with Gable into the corner. Bronson Reed throws Gable down, and Bronson. Here comes Bonsai drop. 1. No, Gable got the shoulders up. Gable got the shoulders up. Bronson Reed grabs Gable. Gable down to one knee. Fighting back with all of his heart, though. Chad Gable. Rolling kick. And now Gable. Calling Bronson up to his feet. What is Gable thinking? He grabs the ankle. He twists it. Gable. Grapevine. He grapevines the ankle lock. Gable. Is he gonna do it? Oh my god! Bronson Reed just tapped out. Chad Gable has just earned a huge opportunity to become #1 contender for the NXT Championship. Oh my god. Chad Gable knocks off Bronson Reed in what could only be described as David versus Goliath. Gable puts away Bronson Reed. Wow. I thought that bonsai drop was going to do it. Chad Gable is going to Halloween Havoc to face Damian Priest and 2 others that will qualify over the next 2 weeks. More action up next. Number 1 Contenders match up next.
Subscribing on YouTube is both free and appreciated, but another way that you can support the channel, if you are willing and able, is on Patreon. The LS11 Universe Patreon is linked in the description of every video that we have on the channel. Patreons get cool rewards, like personalized thank you videos, their name in the credits of videos on the channel, early access to side series like GM modes and Road to WrestleMania playthroughs, access to voting on the bi-weekly watch-alongs, and a bi-weekly podcast hosted by myself and Ray, where you get to learn more about us and more about decisions made behind the scenes. If you want to support us on Patreon, it's very appreciated, as it both helps the channel and helps support Ray's unhealthy Dr. Pepper addiction. Woo! Now, back to the show.
It's time for a number 1 Contenders match for the NXT Women's Championship. As here comes Io Shirai to the ring. Io Shirai. She hasn't fought for the NXT Women's Championship in quite some time. She wins tonight. She's going to be facing Ember Moon at NXT Halloween Havoc in just 3 weeks. Ray will be joining me for Halloween Havoc as well. But right now, here comes Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez to the ring. Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. This is a big opportunity tonight for Kai, specifically. She pinned the NXT Women's Champion Ember Moon a few weeks ago. Of course, it was with the help of Candice LeRae. But Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez make their way to the ring. Here we go. Oh, kick to the head from Kai. She's showing off that team kick background. Kick to the knee from Shirai. And now Io Shirai fighting back. Spinning wheel kick knocks Dakota Kai back. And now Dakota sent off the ropes. Io Shirai ducks her. Io hops over. Excuse me. Hurricane Rana. There's a kick to the ribs. Io Shirai knocks Dakota Kai back. Dakota Kai grabs Shirai. Throws her off the ropes. Dakota Kai with a kick to Io. And there's another kick. And Kai. No. Right hand to Io. And another. And now Dakota Kai with a drop kick. Takes Io Shirai off her feet. There's a kick. Knocks her off her feet again. Turns her over. Dakota. Stomp to the arm of Io. And now Dakota Kai picking her up to her feet. And Dakota with a chomp. For a forearm. Countered. Io. Right hand to the back. Shirai. Whoa. No. Kai with a kick to the knees. Turns her around. Io thrown off the ropes. Dakota. There's a kick. Takes her off her feet. Into a cover. One. No. Kick out from Shirai. The Genius of the Sky covered by Dakota, but Io Shirai was in the ropes. There's a kick to the ribs now from Dakota. And now Dakota getting fired up. Drags Io away from the ropes. And Dakota. Double stomp. Kick to the ribs. Picking her up to her feet now, and Dakota Kai with Io Shirai up to her feet. Grabs her by the throat. No. Io fighting back. And now Io with a kick to the ribs. Grabs Dakota. And plants her into the mat. Cover. One. No. Picks her up to her feet now. Io Shirai. No. Dakota Kai with a drop kick. Io Shirai rolls onto the bottom rope, pulling herself up to her feet. There's a right hand from Shirai. And now Io Shirai up to the top rope. Head scissor takedown into a cover. Dragon Whip Hurricane Rana perhaps. One. No. Now she picks Dakota back up to her feet. Io Shirai. No. Dakota Kai shoves her back. Throws her in the corner. Dakota grabs Io Shirai, turns her around. Dakota Kai With the team kick. Dakota Kai into a cover. 1, 2, no! Io Shirai with the shoulder up. Shirai is down, and now Dakota calling her up to her feet. Dakota Kai kicks her in the ribs, off the ropes. Oh! 1, 2. She's going to Halloween Havoc. Dakota Kai is going to Halloween Havoc. Huge win for Dakota Kai. She's getting an NXT Women's Championship opportunity. That's going to do it for tonight, though. Ladies and gentlemen, I can advertise this now. I meant to advertise this on Raw. Please, of course, ARW tomorrow. But tune in to SmackDown Friday for the return of Randy Orton.